Hello, everyone. Welcome to the In the Key concert series for October. I think it's October. I'm pretty sure it's October. Hi, everyone. You might be wondering, where the heck is Cheryl? I do not look like Cheryl. I'm aware of that. I wish I looked like Cheryl, but alas. I am Robin, for those of you who have not met me. I'm Cheryl's assistant. Cheryl's at a wedding today. Yay for love, you guys. Even in the corona pandemic, love powers on. So I'm filling in for her today, which is very exciting. I'm wearing my Amplify hat. Very on brand. I love it. So you guys, I'm actually at a friend's house right now because there's some hurricane. I forget what it's called. I think it starts with a Z. And it didn't come through Atlanta, but Atlanta got some of the effects of it. So my power has been out since Thursday at 4 a.m., which really sucked for us because we all got woken up in the middle of the night, and then our alarms went haywire and just started blaring for the next hour. So that was not good. So I'm at a friend's house. Thank you to my friend Sylvie. She works on my music videos with me for letting me crash at her place. She has really cute dogs. So I'm stealing her Wi-Fi today so that the In the Key concert series can keep going. If this is your first In the Key concert series, In the Key concert series is brought to you by the musicians of Amplify. Amplify is a monthly coaching mastermind for musicians ready to see some serious results in their lives. And we've got 4 amazing people who are going to sing some songs for you today. So without further ado, I'm going to bring our first one on, Gail Gallagher. Amazing. What's up, Gail?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's going. Life powers on. Absolutely. Gail, where are you right now?
I'm in Chicago.
That's
And
right.
yeah, in my home office space. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Awesome.
This is the greatest hoodie ever. I have to it's
Oh,
called
show it
Franken
off.
hoodie. Yeah, it has 2 hoods for no reason. It has 2 hoods. It has a zipper to nowhere. It has the thumb holes. It is the coziest, goofiest thing in the world, and I love it very dearly. And my husband is baffled by it, and I'm like, it's art.
Oh I love that. Where can I get one?
I got it at a thrift store. I think you have to sacrifice to the thrift store gods and wish on a full moon, and then you get a Franken hoodie. I think that's how it works.
Thrift store
yeah.
ritual.
Yeah. I don't know if there's
a leather jacket or something.
Yeah, no, I haven't figured out the hack for a good leather jacket. That's always my quest, but
Yeah,
I love you.
I have to find one. That is amazing. So, Gail, I know you just put out a record, which is so awesome.
I did. It's called Power of the Unnamed Passion, and it is a musical theater folk rock concept album about those moments in life where everything falls apart and you learn to make new meaning. And all these songs are written before the pandemic. I'm not even singing about the pandemic. I'm singing about my own stuff that happened before the pandemic. And yet here we are feeling our feelings in a time when things are falling apart. So yeah.
Oh my God.
And it's been very cool. I've been getting a lot of good responses.
That's awesome. It's great. I think it's great the album is out now. I know that a lot of us are needing things like that. So yay, we're very excited for you. So I'm taking that was your October focus. Do you want to tell us a little bit about kind of what the process of putting out the record was like for you, kind of how you went about that?
Yeah, so I recorded it all completely remotely during the summer. It was May or June. It was actually right around when I joined Amplify, and then I declared that I was going to make this happen, and it was really cool to be able to do that and be no, that's a legit goal that you could absolutely have. And I'm like, okay, great. And I everything was done completely remotely. The dog song I recorded. I'm gonna mess with my hair.
Do it. Go for it.
Oh my God, I have mad scientist headphone hair. Anyway, so The dog song I recorded like the week that everything was shutting down. It was like the last thing I did before like we were on lockdown, and that was with my friend Jake Dwar. And so there were definitely a few extra slide whistles that ended up in that track because because we were descending into madness. So that's a beautiful thing. But everything else I recorded remotely. And then people sent me in parts, and then I did mixing sessions over Zoom with a friend. I have a friend who was offering coaching in production, and I was like, "Hey, Brad, do you want to coach me through this?" And then I was like, "I'm going to track my album, and then I'm going to make Brad mix it because I will not learn how to mix on my deeply personal debut album."
I love that. As someone who did learn to mix on a deeply personal debut album, I don't recommend it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it'll happen, but I needed to delegate, and that
Yeah.
actually helped. Like he did a lot of cool input. There's a lot of different like echoes and effects that happen that were his idea, that just enhanced it so much. So it was helpful to have that extra set of ears to sort of find the bits to tweak and enhance. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I've listened to it, and it's a beautiful record. Congratulations on that. And congratulations on delegating. That is hard. That is a hard thing
Yes,
to do. So yeah,
absolutely.
100%. So what's next for you? What's up for November? What you doing?
I am continuing to talk about the album. I am on the teacher side of things. I'm starting to build some content on piano for songwriters stuff.
Oh,
I just
wow,
put out a
cool.
YouTube video last week because I come to songwriting from being a music director for improv, and I want to develop a teaching curriculum that is specific to that and using improv and applying it to songwriting and all that sort of good mushy creativity coach stuff mixed with like practical techniques and things. So I'm focusing on what that world is going to look like and creating some content and hustling for students. And then I have an idea of a single I could put out in December. So I'm kind of late December, January. So I'm kind of mushing that in my head. So yeah, I'm strategizing and promoting the album and figuring out what's next. So
Awesome. That's amazing. You're getting some comment love from Susan and Scott and Fiona Jane. So that's awesome. All right,
yay!
Gail, what are you gonna sing for us today?
Oh, I'm gonna do Deep Thoughts.
I love it. I've heard this
Which
song before. It's very deep.
oh yeah. So on the record there's a saxophone part to this, and I'm gonna tell you a story about that saxophone part in the middle of the song as I want to do.
Sweet.
Let's make sure levels are going. This is my level. How's that sounding? Good. Yeah. Cool.
Turn it up
Great. That was my
just a little
level
bit.
song. Okay. Oh, up the what?
Turn down the piano like just a tiny bit.
Cool.
Yeah. That's
All right. Cool.
awesome.
All right. So this is Deep Thoughts. And listen, I went through a phase, and I still do this from time to time, where sometimes I have too many beers and then I have existential conversations with strangers. This is a caricature of that. I'm out at the bar again, catching up with a group. They start talking about politics, and I start talking about what makes people tick. And pretty soon I'm a few beers in, and I'm saying something about how the ego is original sin. And I'm going on about the human need to win, 'cause I am on one of my rants again. I want your deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts. I want your deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts. I and an open mind. Now, I don't mean to bring up religion, but I am fascinated by your human condition, and there's a couple of things that I'd like to discuss with you. Like, what's it like inside your mind? Is it similar to the world inside of mine? Let's find our commonalities in our different spiritualities. Unpack our dualities. I want your deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts. I want your deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts, and an open mind. I don't want small talk, I want real talk, want something that'll blow my mind. I wanna philosophize, I wanna analyze, I want this conversation that'll change my life. So this is where a saxophone solo goes. And anytime I used to perform this live, I would start saying, hey friends, I'm just trying to manifest a saxophone player. I'm just putting it out into the universe that I would really like a saxophone player on this track. Because like, this is how The Secret works, right? Like, we just like sort of put stuff out there, but then we like make steps to like make that happen, right? And I did that so many times that one time I was at an open mic that my friend Ashley was hosting, and I looked at her and I was like, oh shit, she plays saxophone. And yeah, and now she's on the track. That's how The Secret works, friends. I want your deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts. I want your deep thoughts, deep thoughts, deep thoughts, and an open mind. Deep thoughts and an open mind.
Yes. Oh my God. That was beautiful. I was vibing to that. And thank you for bringing The Secret into that, Gail. Manifesting Queen. We love it.
That's what I do if I don't have a physical saxophone player now, I have to make the manifesting joke.
You know, I think it was amazing. It was great. I love it. Mary Lynn is saying she's recording existential conversations with strangers in the comments. Yeah, that's good. That's an interesting pastime for sure. I was reading a book recently where someone did something similar to that. Oh, it was Laura Clary's autobiography. She's a comedian, and she would like go into coffee shops and just buy like Subway sandwiches for people and then just talk to them. So yeah, reminded me kind of that. That was beautiful, Gail. Where can people find you on the internet? Where's the best place for people to go and buy and throw money at you?
The hub of all of the things is gailgallaghermusic.com. And if you go to gailgallaghermusic.com, yeah, there's a nice button in the center that leads you to the album and where you can buy things. So
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Posted that below so you guys can go click that link, get some stuff from Gail. Amazing. Gail, thank you so much for coming on today. So appreciate it. So nice to catch up with you and hear some music.
Yeah, good to see you. And I'm glad to have this opportunity again. So this is wonderful.
Amazing.
It's such a great community. So.
Absolutely. Yes. 100%. We love that you're a part of it. All right. Thank you, Gail. See you later.
Bye.
That was great, you guys. I heard that song one time before, and I feel like it only gets better when I hear it. Fiona Jane says, "You're doing an amazing job, Robin." Thank you, Fiona Jane. I have not hosted a thing like this before. Fun fact, in high school, I did host a film festival at my high school because I had to do like a sophomore project to like pass sophomore year. So I was like, I'm gonna host a film festival, and I did, and it was interesting. All right, on to our next guest. We've got Mary Beth Carty coming up here, another Amplify member. Hey, Mary Beth, how are
Hi.
ya?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay. I know there's a
Yay.
I know there's a big delay because I'm in rural Nova Scotia, Canada. So I apologize for that, but yeah, thanks for hosting.
Oh my
That's
gosh, yes, thank you. Thanks for being on. I had a dream last night, in full disclosure, speaking of Canada, that a certain person got reelected and I was trying to get into Canada and I couldn't. So,
This is a
I,
real thing that happens. Yeah. There's been like thousands of people who thought they could come and have been turned away at the border. Like there are actual like stats on this. But I do like when I have this cousin who is from here, like next door to me, and her husband is from Florida. So they've been living in Florida for the past 7 years with their two daughters. And this summer they to Canada, like is that flat that you're anyways. So they are here now. So it's really nice to have them as neighbors, but I kind of know how you feel, and yeah, I wish that everyone was welcome to cross the border because life is great here, especially in Nova Scotia, which is really isolated on the east coast, like really far from like our borders have been closed, and people when they do come here have to isolate for 14 days. And so actually COVID isn't spreading in the community. There's only 4 active cases here, and those people are all quarantining. So although masks are mandatory and we wear them everywhere we go in public, like we are still able to have public performances, music, like some of our big festivals have gone online. But I feel very fortunate to be here, and yeah. But I love all my cousins down in the States, and I'm like I like hey people, thinking of you all.
yes, oh my gosh. Well, hopefully things are looking better for us here at the moment. So that's a good thing. I don't think that we have like met before. So it's great to meet you. Do you want to take a minute to tell me and everyone listening who you are, what you do, what kind of music you write? I'd love to hear some about you.
I don't know why I just took a bite of chocolate as I was about to have to
You
answer a
got to.
question. Um, I've been a musician performing for like I guess I started when I was 19 years old now, and as a university student studying in Halifax, I formed a band with my friends. Like actually, we didn't really form the band. Like my roommate and I were performing at an open mic, and this man saw us, and he was like, "Who are those sisters?" We weren't sisters, and my friend turned to him and just said a random name, Johnson. So like I was walking around the city a week later, and I saw this poster, the Johnson sisters. So we had our first gig, and we had to like put together a show. So we asked our friend Becky to join us. So it was Mary Beth, Annie, and Becky. And we had this band, the Johnson sisters, throughout our whole university life. And we just played around the city of Halifax, and kind of like that's kind of how I got my start. And we were all songwriters, but we also loved traditional songs and tunes. Like we would play some instrumental like Celtic tunes in there. And then after university, I moved to Quebec City, which is the oldest city in Canada, where I just kind of like got into the scene there. I learned to speak French. It was not a language that I knew how to speak, and there was a lot of traditional music there. And then that's where I started my music career. And I had a duo, Bet and Wallette, and then that kind of disbanded. And I've been doing a solo thing for like for years now. So I do a mix of like songwriting and traditional singing, but also tunes. So today I was going to like I'm trying to start a thing, hashtag slow air Sundays,
Ooh.
because during the pandemic I was learning a bunch of beautiful Scottish slow airs, and my own family, like my father immigrated here from Scotland, and my mother's ancestors also immigrated. Like if you didn't know, Nova Scotia is Latin for New Scotland.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so fascinating.
So it's so like we're a pile of like a mass immigration from Scotland, kind of caused, I don't know, different people, like some people might say it was caused by capitalism, but we don't need to get into that today. So Slow Air Sunday. So I was hoping to start that this Sunday. That was kind of my champagne win goal for this month, was to create some YouTube videos. So that's what I decided to focus on, was Slow Air. So these are instrumental melodies, relaxing, and during the pandemic I was just learning as many as I could because they're so soothing and like just calming and beautiful. So that's what I wanted to play for you today.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I mean, first of all, your story is so cool. I love the sister act band. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh.
So this
Yeah.
is my accordion. I was on tour in Austria. I was getting, actually, speaking of like dreams becoming reality and sort of manifesting your dreams. I had this tour coming up in Austria in 2016 in March. It was like a Guinness tour. St. Patrick's Day was the annual thing. Anyways, I was going with my friend Jillian Boucher, and as an accordion player, it was so exciting because there were two other bands from Ireland, and we were going to be performing at the Austria, or the Vienna Accordion Festival.
Wow.
So all I had was at the time was this an a white Italian accordion from the 50s, which had a beautiful sound, but it was sharp. Like, so if I were to play with other accordion players or other musicians, they'd have to tune up. And as I was going to play there with other accordion players, I needed an in-tune accordion. So kind of a long story short, I was able to, it is a long story, but this accordion came to me.
Wow.
The day that I arrived in Austria at the tour manager's house.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. The secret is alive and well today, you guys.
I had to get a loan from the bank, and like the company shipped it to the place in Austria before they had even received the money. It all worked out. It was
Wow.
beautiful. Yeah.
Amazing. How long have you been playing the accordion?
That was also an accident. So I guess about 20 years, but I have a cousin, or no, sorry, a neighbor who immigrated to Canada after the Second World War and brought a small child-size accordion with her. And so about 20 years, I just kind of found her accordion at a party by accident, and I've been playing ever since.
Amazing. Wow, I got like some little goosebumps. Amazing. All right. So what are you going to play for us today?
So I'm going to play for you a Slow Air. It's one I learned a few years ago, and it's a Scottish slow air called Miss Crawford. And it's in the key of D.
Amazing. All right, take it away. I'm going to pop out of here, and it's all yours. Yay! That was beautiful. The comment section loved you. Mary Lynn says, beautiful and nostalgic for me as my dad played the accordion. Oh, that's awesome. She also has fond memories of a trip to Nova Scotia. That's awesome. That was beautiful. I started the hashtag in the comment section. Slower Sunday.
Sundays.
Use it. Hashtag it. Yes. I love that. That was beautiful, Mary Beth. Where can we find you on the internet?
I have a website, marybethcarty.com. You can go there and sign up for my newsletter. Mary on all of the socials like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't know why, but I'm into Twitter. I'm into Twitter. Stomp and Mary.
Ooh. I love it. Amazing. Mary Beth, thank you so much for joining us today. That was beautiful and refreshing.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Amazing. That's beautiful. I did some like deep breathing as she was playing. That's very nice. All right, you guys. There's a dog under the table that is not my dog, and it is staring at me. I hope that it's not going to eat me. Fingers crossed. Alrighty. We got 2 more awesome people for you today. We're going to bring on Sara. Just woke up, Jelley, right now. Hey, Sara, how are you?
Hey, I'm sleepy. It's 7:30 a.m. here.
Oh my gosh. Where's here for you?
I live on Maui in Hawaii.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I am jealous.
Yeah. A lot of people are. It's pretty awesome. I can't lie.
How long have you lived there? What made you decide to move, or did you move?
About 5 years ago, and I moved here because I was tired of winter. I'm from Colorado originally, so I was just tired of scraping my windshield every winter and needed a change. I needed a transformation, and boy, have I gotten that. So it's been wonderful.
Oh my gosh. I am inspired. So I'm going to move to Hawaii instead of Canada. No.
Unfortunately, it's still a part of the United States, but Technically,
Yeah.
that's a technicality. Some people would argue.
Yeah, that is amazing. Do you do any like aquatic sports of anything? Like, do you dive or like, snorkel?
No, I just started boogie boarding though, which is super fun. I do have a surfboard, but I haven't been on it yet because I'm too terrified. But we'll get there soon.
Yes,
Okay.
we will get there. My dad like called me into the other room today and he was like, I'm watching this like documentary about extreme surfing. And I was like, no,
It's
not for
scary.
me.
Like
Yeah, it looks,
60-foot waves here. Like we have one of the biggest surf competitions in the world here, and it's gnarly. Like it's so crazy to watch.
oh my gosh. And people go and like surf on them.
Yeah, and they rock
Amazing.
it. It's amazing.
I'm not sure whether to be like inspired or terrified or maybe a mix of both.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a mix of both. It's those times when like most people don't even get in the water because the waves are so crazy, and then some people, the crazy surfers, are like out there all day doing their thing.
That is wild. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Sara, tell me a little bit about yourself. With a lot of people in Amplify, like I haven't like met them face to face or virtual face
Yeah,
to virtual face.
totally. That's fine. So I grew up in Colorado, and I started playing music when I was like 14 or so. And my first guitar teacher didn't even let me learn a song before she was like, "Go write a song." So that was really impressive and inspirational. So I started writing songs when I was in 8th grade, and I just kind of never stopped. It was awesome. I mean, I stopped for a little while because I was in college and I had a lot of other adventures to go on. But then I came back to it a couple years ago, and I really made it my goal to make music my thing that I did, whether it was my hobby or my career. I just knew that it had to be a bigger part of my life, so I did. I've been playing guitar, and I actually bought an ukulele before I moved here, and have been getting better at it slowly as I've been here. So I play a little
That's
good guitar and
awesome.
ukulele. And I'm a voice teacher also, so that's really fun. And I got into musical theater when
Amazing. I
I
love that.
moved here too. So I did a whole lot of musical theater. I did like 7 or 8 shows in the span of 4 years. So that's what most people here know me as,
Wow.
like Mary Poppins. But but now I'm trying to kind of pivot a little bit, especially because theaters are closed. And it was the perfect time to record an album. So I am putting out an album on December 11th, and I just put out my first single from it yesterday.
Oh my goodness. What's the album called? What's the single? Do we know what the album's called yet?
Yeah, it's actually, they're both the same name, funny enough. So the album is called Holes, and it's named after this song that I decided to be the first single, which is also called Holes. So if you just search Sara Jelley Holes, you'll find it.
I am gonna go listen to that after this. What's the story behind the album?
Yeah, so holes kind of refers to the theory of holes, kind of the idea that your emotional being is like full of holes that like, so either people took out of you, or you were raised some way that you just have this like missing something inside of you, and so you spend your life trying to fill it with stuff, like food and substances and people and all those things. And so a couple of the songs, like this one, are me realizing that I was trying to fill this hole with something that didn't fit in this hole. It's kind of like those kids games, there's like a square peg and a square hole that it goes into, and a circle peg and a circle hole that they have to like try and figure out what goes in where. It's kind of like playing that with your emotions.
Oh my gosh, that was a great description. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really deep and really beautiful. And I think a lot of people can really resonate with that, especially right now. I think when we have all this time to ourselves, we become so much more aware of where our holes are. So very timely. I love it. What you can play for us today?
I was going to play Holes because,
Oh my gosh.
new single, got to put
Yes,
it out there into the world.
absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna jump out of here because I really want to hear this. So
Okay,
take it
tell me
away.
if you can hear me
Oh,
though first. Can you hear the guitar? Because I play really quietly.
I can.
Okay, cool, perfect. Thanks, Robin. He's a great host. He's just like so friendly. Okay, here's holes. Do not need to wait for you. Do not need you to call. Do not need to miss you. Catch you when you fall. Do not need to rely on you. Don't feel incomplete. I just love the feeling of loving you. Hearing the sound of your feet. You do not leave a hole in me. No, I know emptiness. You will not fill the kind of hole that hangs below my chest. There's a trombone solo here. Pull on Gail. I know that when you show yourself, I see your holes as well. It fills me up to think that nope. It hangs below my chest. Nope, wait. Oh, crap. Yep. It fills me up to think that I could have your magic spell. Thought it was wrong, but I was right. I feel as though I matter. 100% human. But you say you love me so much, I forget I am not golden. And the minute I'm alone, facing my own faults, our stage applause has ended. Nothing left to fill the vault. Reach inside and feel around for any speck or crumb. Try singing my own praises, but I'm tired, empty, dumb. I do not need to wait for you, but I'm all out of gas. You are the last chance station on the way to Sunday Mass. I do not need you to call, but I'm leaking from my exhaust. Yeah, my heart has its own damn beat. My fuse always get lost. I do not need to miss you. Catch you when you fall. But it feels so good when my cup's not empty. Even with just a little. Even if I know time at all. There you go. That's hers.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Laura in the chat And those beautiful birds as backup singers. I loved it.
It's the best.
I love it. That was beautiful, Sara. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. I would not tell from your voice that you had just woken up. It was lovely.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My
Aw.
brain is not fully awake though.
I understand. Where can people find you on the internet? Where can they go and listen to this beautiful song?
Yeah, sarajelleymusic.com. The link to the Spotify is right on top there. And you can also join my email list, which is super fun. I'm planning on a lot of fun things in the future with that. And then Spotify, iTunes, all the things. Just remember it's Jelley with an extra E before the Y.
I love that. Sara, thanks so much for coming and sharing that beautiful song with us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's beautiful, you guys. Alrighty. We have one more person today. Mary Lynn says, Sara, that was great. And your album cover is great too. I love that. I remember you putting some options in the amazing Amplify Facebook group, Sara, when you were designing your cover. Yeah, it is beautiful. Fiona Jane says, what a great concept of the round peg in the square hole. Yeah, I like that too. I love that. I saw like a TED Talk type thing the other day, and someone was using an Etch-a-Sketch as an example. What is it about like children's toys? They make good metaphors. All right, we got one more person here, Laura Palmer. We're gonna bring her on right now, you guys. Hey there, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
I gotta say right off the bat, I'm loving the guitar. I'm loving the hair.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
loving it all. Oh my gosh, so great. Alrighty, Laura, where are you right now?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
Ooh, I love it. How are things in Brooklyn?
It's chilly today, but I mean, it's New
Yeah.
York. It's great. It's always great.
Totally. I love it. How long have you been in New York?
Most of my life.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. It says by your name, you front the band Screamin' Rebel Angels.
Yes.
I love that. I've listened to some of your stuff. It's awesome.
Oh, thank
And
you.
how did that come about? How did the band form? How long have you guys been together?
Oh, I formed the band, I think, in 2011, and then put out 2 full-length records, an EP, some singles, toured around the world, won some awards, and now I'm trying to do different stuff. So I just put up the Screamin' Rebel Angels there so everybody could see how you spell it, because like for some reason, next band that I start, I'm gonna make sure that it's easy to spell. Like you don't have to like drop the E, the G in Screamin' or anything.
I love that.
Try to find a band with like 4 letters or something. I don't know. That's my goal. That's my November goal. Find a band name with like 4 letters.
Oh my gosh, y'all, it has been declared on the
No, I
AMPLIFY
take it back. I take it back.
concert series. Oh my gosh. Cheryl is gonna find out and she's gonna message you. She's gonna be like, 4-letter name. What is it? Oh my god, I love it.
Toes. Oh, no,
The new band,
too much
Laura
pressure.
Palmer.
Oh my god. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. I love that. People are gonna hold you to that now. It's gonna happen.
I don't bend well to peer pressure anyway. So.
There you go. Yeah, so is that kind of what's next for you? Are you moving away from the Screamin' Rebel Angels, or are you keeping that but also starting something new?
I think I'm just going for a new sound, and that's the only thing that I'm really focusing on right now is, like every few years, like I started the band, I was playing guitar, and then just because of like personnel changes or something, I wound up playing upright bass. So I taught myself how to play upright bass, toured around doing that, and it was fun. It was like really invigorating because it was like a new approach to like the music. And so now I'm working on lead guitar. So however, the sound, my lead playing is a little bit different than what the Screamin' Rebel Angel sound is, which is cool. So, but I'm just kind of focusing on like enjoying having time and not being on tour and being able to put in the work and practice for, learning this guy a little bit better.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love that you're, moving forward with what excites you. That's really awesome and really inspiring. That's awesome. Okay, I have to ask you because you've mentioned that you've toured. Do you have any like tour stories, like weird stuff that happened, wisdom to impart on people who have like yet to tour?
Yeah, where do I start? Never leave a club without getting paid. I'm serious. They'll be like, hey, we'll give you a check. Can you pick up tomorrow? Say no. You sit your ass on that bar seat and don't move until they pay you. That's number one. Especially if you're like a woman, sometimes, if people try to think they can push you around a little bit, don't take it for a second. Just be I don't know. And when you're on tour, just be friendly, be polite, just be beyond reproach if you can. Yeah. And just be professional, and I don't know, make friends, enjoy it. If you're not having fun, then, find out what is fun for you then.
Oh my gosh. No, the wisdom. That was amazing.
But first, don't leave the club without getting paid.
Yes, I'm gonna go
The
like,
check is never gonna be there tomorrow, and you got to be on the road.
I'm gonna get that tattooed right after this.
Seriously, yeah.
Oh my god. Wow, that's amazing.
And do contracts. Make sure you have contracts for everything. Even if it's a small thing, just get into a habit of writing contracts. Make sure, you set what you're comfortable with. Make sure, like, even if it's just, make sure you have it all kind of in writing. Like, you figure out what your boundaries are, what your expectations are, and you just put it out in front, and it saves for things that are uncomfortable later.
Oh my god. I love it.
Even if it's something like you think is kind of silly, but like I started this thing. So I play rockabilly and rock and roll. And so like we tour Europe a lot. Rockabilly is like huge in Europe. And one of the things in the 70s is that some rockabilly artists put the Confederate flag as something that they thought was rock and roll. They equated like the Confederate flag with Elvis. And so I had to put in my writers, I'm like, we're not going to play any venues that have a Confederate flag on there. And it was hard in the beginning because I would lose like a lot of shows because they're like, no, this is part of this has nothing to do with that. This is just rock and roll. But then it saves the uncomfortable conversations at the end, So that's why I say, like, figure out what you're about up front. If you're gonna be on the road. I don't know if we'll ever be on the road again, but
absolutely. I mean, that's
so much
terrible.
easier to just like not.
Yeah, that's terrible that you lost gigs about something, that should seem as obvious as that.
You would think, but it is places like Eastern Europe or like, all over, they just, something silly like that. Not that it's silly, and there's no way like I'm downplaying that, but I'm just saying, like,
Totally.
Figure out who you are. That's what we use. We use music to like express ourselves. So
I love that. Yes. I think it can be a lot harder or a lot easier than you realize to like slip into a place where music is turning into something different for you, and it's like it's no longer a thing that's like purely about like self-expression and enjoying it.
Yes, yeah. And like that was kind of cool, like stuff that Cheryl would talk about too, because and when she goes in like the phases, it's like it's nice to be present in a phase. And like the phase I'm in right now is just like creating. That's a lot. But then there's sometimes you get stuck and you're like, looking back, I'm like 90% of my time or 95% of my time is always like the business stuff of it. And it takes you really far away from the music. So despite like everything, I'm thankful that I'm able to be like back in the music right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Mary Lynn says, you should write a book. Fiona Jane says, start a vlog. I'd follow. Oh my God. I love it.
And that's one thing. I was like, I never go online. I never like do any of the lives, but I saw Cheryl posted that. And I was like, I'll do it. And then this way I'll set up like my headphones and my microphone and have like my phone up there and like, so like force myself to do it. Does it sound okay? Does it sound all right?
Great. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sounds awesome. Amazing. Okay, I have one more question for you, and then I promise you can play a song. Okay, I'm just like picking your brain here.
Please.
Yeah, oh my God. So, I mean, I love the stuff you've done with Screamin' Rebel Angels. You have such a stage presence and like such a show of strength through your artistry. I'm wondering, like, what's that been like for you? Is that different from kind of the Laura that you kind of bring to the world every day? Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's like when I'm on stage and when I'm performing, that's when like everything else melts away, and that's the only thing. That's the time when I am whatever I need to be. you know, and it's funny, like people at work, I have a day job now, and they're like, "You're so quiet." I'm like, "What?" I don't know. But yeah, no, it's just like everything else melts away, and it's just you're like fearlessly yourself up there, at least me. And it took a while to be able to figure out, especially in like my kind of music, is to just completely be yourself. And that's the only way to just like be up there and have people believe it and like be authentic. And I think people kind of respond to just seeing like someone on there just, you know, just letting it all go. Like my favorite thing, I got to play a show last weekend. It was great. It was outside. And I thought it was gonna be a small show, and I was gonna do it solo. And then I brought along a drummer, so I was really happy about that. And it was a car show. It was a huge stage. There was like, I don't know, like maybe 600 people there, and I was like, oh, not prepared for that. But it was so cute. There was like all these little girls, just all dressed up in front of the stage and just like dancing, and that's like my favorite thing. And I give them like a task every time. I'm like, next time I come back, I'm like, write a song. You can write a song with one chord. And then sometimes I'll play like a one chord song, or you know, but yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's good to see that.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of like I just like got lost in that. I forget the question you asked me.
No, I honestly kind of do too, because I was just like going on that story with you. That is amazing.
So much fun. Okay, so it was outside. It was in New England, and so they have like such beautiful fall up there. And the very last, I was so nervous to just like start playing. It was terrible. I was like, let's run. I just want to run away. I was like, I don't have to do this. And then we played, and the very last song, all of a sudden, like all of like this tree just like shed all of its leaves, and it was literally like a gigantic confetti cannon that just like came down, and it was literally magical. It was like the universe being like, yes, do it. It didn't happen anytime else during the day. My friend's band, they got on stage like, we're waiting for the confetti. Didn't happen. So it was magical. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. I'm still
That's amazing. It's like a Disney moment. The birds come perch on your shoulders.
The leaves came down. There's all these little girls like, yay! Oh my god, it was so cute.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Okay, what are you gonna play for us?
Okay, so I am going to play. So I think I've talked about this before, but I've been wanting to learn lead guitar. And I have like a wall of guitars, and behind one of them is like just this list of like 6 songs that I've wanted to learn the solos for or the leads for. And this is like on the top of the list, and it's called Something on Your Mind. It's by Big James McNeely, but Etta James and BB King did a version of it. So I'm gonna try my hand at this. So yeah, and that'll, all right.
Amazing. All right, good luck. I'm gonna pop out.
Oh my God. No, where'd you go? Just kidding. Something on your mind. I can tell by the way you look at me. There is something on your mind now, baby. I can tell by the way you look at me. And what you're thinking bring happiness. Oh, it bring misery. No, please don't try and tell me, 'cause I may not understand. No, please don't try and tell me, now, baby, 'cause I may not understand. You want me to try and forget you? Well, I'm doing the best I can. me. There is something on your mind, baby. I can tell by the way you look at me. Tell what you're thinking, bring happiness. Will it bring misery?
Yes! Oh my god, that was amazing. Oh my
thank
goodness,
you.
I can only imagine how like fabulous you are live because there's like so much energy over the internet. Fiona Jane says, "Wish I could do that. Love the rage." Yes.
It just comes out.
Yes. Oh my god.
Can't push it down.
It's gotta come out somehow.
Then you'll have all the leaves and the children.
I love that so much. Oh my goodness. Laura, thank you so much. Where can people find you, support you, all the things?
Well, I guess you can go through the band page, has everything on it, which is Screamin Rebel Angels. There's no G in Screamin. Yeah, you can go on the website. The Bandcamp has a bunch of stuff up. I think I'm probably gonna start like releasing some like covers and like demos and stuff on there. That's not part of the band and just like nonsense like this.
Love it. Amazing. Yes.
Oh, too bad that's not a 4-letter word, because then that could be my band name, Nonsense.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be good.
I kind of like it though.
Too long though.
Yeah. Toes. We're excited for the debut of Toes.
I got stuck with Rebel Angel when I was like 15, and it's just like stuck. It was like I wrote a fanzine, and all of a sudden everyone's like Laura Rebel Angel, and now I'm like old, and like I'm still like cheese and crackers, man.
I love it though. Oh my god. I have a feeling there's gonna be like a thread in the Amplify group now of like people just writing down a bunch of 4-letter words. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Oh my god. Love it. Laura, thank you so much for sharing your music and your wisdom with us today.
Thank you, Robin. You've been such a wonderful host.
Oh my god, thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Have to do it again.
Oh my god, yes. We'll have to send Cheryl off to another wedding. I'll arrange one, send her an invite, just get her to, you know, have to be somewhere. Yeah. I can make it happen.
All right. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness. This has been so much fun. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everyone. This is a wrap on whatever number of In the Key concert series this is. Amazing. I feel like you should like take us out with like a scream or like a riff or something.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! My soul! Wait, how's it go? Baby, 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 baby. Touching on my left shoe. Woo! Honey, 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 honey. Get up off that money. La, 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 la. Woo! My soul!
Yes! Oh my god. Amazing. She's Laura Palmer. This has been all the people of Amplify. Thank you guys. See you later. Cher will be back next time. Bye.